3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
I was about to say, I'm hoping you got a direction because I don't know where we're going after we said hello.
A little bit of like intro, blah blah blah, things that we can go
Okay,
through.
right.
But,
Go
just,
for
but we'll just let it
Hey,
like
Freddie
brush
is
off, okay?
organised.
I bet he's got a list of about 60 topics to go through. We're going
Makes
to be
it
here
good.
till
Well,
tomorrow
I've got
morning. No, it is good.
Writing all over my wall
'Cause
of like topics.
You haven't got anything.
It's like a madman's house.
Written as shit.
Yeah. Okay, so welcome to the pilot. This is 3 of us chatting shit for however
That's
long
good, actually.
we
Be a
chat
good
for.
name.
Yeah, that'd be a good name, chatting shit. So we'll introduce. I'm Freddie. We've got Tom. Say hi.
Hi, guys. I'm Tom.
Dom as well.
Hello.
Me names. So I guess we all know each other. Like you two, school. Me and Tom from work.
Did he?
Yeah. So that's how we all
Yeah.
met before. So I suppose we could say what we do. Like Dom, what do you do? As a
Make films and film footballers.
Babies.
make babies and make films. You work at the Crystal Palace, don't you, Dom?
Yeah, it's a football club, and yeah, we'd like film
Clarifying.
the whole day. Huh?
Nothing. Yeah, that's cool. And Tom, you are.
Big boy. I work at Waitrose.
Same here. Okay, that's a bit about us. We can get back to that. So, like, what's the purpose of this podcast? I guess
This
at the
is what I
moment,
was trying to.
this is just like a
before we
pilot.
started,
We're just trying to like. Sorry, you say Dom. You say Dom.
This is what I was trying to discuss before we started. But now we've started.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Well, this is just like a pilot. This is just us, testing it out, seeing how we sound. Like, what do we want this to be? So I guess, yeah, just sort of work out the kinks, see what we want to talk about. Like, is this just going to be for us to talk about and look back on for fun? Is it going to be something that we want to do and like engage an audience? I guess like we can listen to this one back, see what sounds good, work out what
This
doesn't.
will be
So
the worst one out of all of them.
yeah, the
This will
pilot's going to be the
definitely
worst.
The worst one. So
And we can obviously like what we're
anyone's
saying right now.
listening-
We could, yeah,
anyone's listening to
don't pay
this one,
attention.
at
This
least
is the
try a
last
couple more
episode.
because this one will be bad.
This is going to be terrible.
You got to give it like 3 shows and then it gets good. There's one podcast I do listen to and they do quite a cool like very
Oh,
faintly in the background they play like classical music. So it's just it means that if there's ever any silence when no one's talking, you just have a slight like
I've got an idea.
da-da-da-da-da, like play. So you just have a slight music through the background. So
Background
nothing
noise.
with lyrics.
Can we put smooth
What's your
jazz
idea?
in the back? Because I've got.
Mate, that'd be
this
so
has
good.
This has happened at. Can I explain? So basically, I work with the footballers. They do the football stuff.
Yep.
So they train every week, to get ready for the matches and all that. And we film it. And one day, I filmed it. And then when I was listening to some smooth jazz. And then I just watched through the edit with the smooth jazz. It's super relaxing. So it's like
Yeah.
people
No, that's
do
it.
it
I like that.
slow,
That'd be a good idea.
slow working and like running about.
I'm going to have some hardcore jazz.
I don't know. Is that hardcore?
We'll play that anytime you talk, Tom. We'll just blast the saxophone over the top of you. They go, yeah, Freddie and Dom sound really good, but who's this saxophone player? It's called Tom.
I feel like people don't really
Oh, is
care
that
about us, so we should probably talk about something that's interesting.
I agree.
Cool.
It's not, they're not gonna be
Well, what
interested in
about
this, are they?
potential names?
We can't.
And
You don't talk about
things?
potential
I
names
said
on the.
understanding the world. You didn't like it?
Understanding the world, mate. That honestly sounds like some old BBC. Understanding the world.
I thought this would be you guys explaining to me my questions.
Alright, mate. Let's just
Well,
start with that then. Start
Go
with
on
that.
then. Ask us a question, Dom. What's the question that you want explained?
Come on, let's do a question. Should we explain what's about to happen? Though? Should we explain that you're going to ask a question and we're going to give you an understanding of it? Yeah.
Give me a what, sorry?
Should we explain why you're going to be reading questions?
I mean,
So it doesn't just cut to you asking a weird question and
we explained, didn't we?
not
there
really.
In the title.
I still don't really.
Do it.
Alright.
We'll go from 3, 2, 1, and then we'll say right, Dom, or you say Dom. Like, all right, I'm gonna ask a
I'm not
question.
cutting this out.
Okay, well now we just sound stupid saying we're gonna cut it out. So Dom,
Yeah.
you're confused about a lot of things in life. You're still in the closet,
That is a
so
really big thing.
ask away.
I
It's
lost
2019, man. Don't need to be ashamed of it.
It's time to get out.
So I think this is a question for Freddie more.
Okay.
Oi.
Well,
Answer is I do.
so you know that apparently the guys in charge of this country have given up, like the top guy, whatever is it, Boris?
Prime
Johnson,
Minister.
isn't he? Yeah. Well, he's not a prime minister. Is he prime minister now? He was.
Yeah, he is.
I
Yeah,
thought he's
it is. You only live in London.
That's your Dom's question answered, boys.
Well, so no, because we're voting for a new one, aren't we? A new Boris.
December will be
Yeah. So I don't.
election. Yeah.
I don't. Politics is just so confusing. I don't really understand it all. So they got at work. They got me to do a test to find out what like party you are.
Who'd you vote for? Yeah.
Yeah. And there was some
Can I
questions
guess?
on there.
What's the party?
Did you get a conclusion on what party you represent?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be something really cliche, like
Not going to be
Party.
the Green Party. It's not going to be the Green Party, I don't think.
I don't think we're on that.
They would be on
they
there.
would have been on there. You were just so far away.
I reckon Labour.
I reckon Labour or Lib Dem. I can't imagine you'd end up with Conservative.
What was it?
I think it was Lib Dem at the top, and then Labour at the next one. So you basically.
Yeah.
That makes.
But-
I think that's probably what we'd all.
Apparently, my boss said I said yes to the death penalty, which would have pushed it up to.
Not me though. I wouldn't get for them.
Well, no, this is the question because it's death penalty for
Who
what?
would
is
you?
what I was
Who would you
saying.
get?
UKIP.
I swear that does fit. To be fair.
Go on, Dom.
I
Sorry.
don't think people know. No, if you're joking. I don't know.
I am.
No, that's right. That's right. This podcast would be Freddie, Dom, and the racist.
So there was loads of questions on there. Some of them which are like a bit much, I didn't really understand them. But like, so there was a death penalty one, but I was confused. Like, what would they get the death penalty for?
Killing someone normally.
Yeah, at the moment, the
You
only
get
way you get the death
sentenced to
penalty
death.
Does that happen here?
No.
if you commit treason, you can be hanged. Tree.
No, you can't get hung. No,
Can you?
You
you're
can.
going back years though.
No, I'm not.
Can't
being
get
funny.
hung anywhere
You
now.
can't get hung now, can you?
Literally. Yeah,
By who?
mate, I'm fucking
No.
hung.
Who's
There's
hanging
humane
people?
ways.
I don't see anybody getting hung.
They electrocute you.
Hanged
You must have seen it in American shows.
Definitely don't hang people, do they?
No, they don't
Sure.
hang
Not-
people.
Not in this country.
They don't kill anyone in this country legally.
Le-
Euthanasia is not even legal in this country.
Okay, I think it was 1998. Then it was
Definitely just
used
Googled
to
it.
be death by hanging. Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
Who? What did he
That's all right.
hung? What did he do? Why is he being hung though?
Pirate, mate.
It was something like if you attempted treason, you could,
Treason's like killing the queen, isn't it?
against the.
So he tried to kill the queen and got hung in 1998.
I don't think it's just
I
the
don't know
Queen
what-
though. It's
I
probably
don't
the
know
royal
what-
family or
anything
just
like that,
royalties in
or
general.
just doing something like that. But
Someone
I
of
think it was-
importance.
that was at least what the punishment was. It's not that someone.
Oh, so it might not have happened.
Let me say, last person hanged in Britain.
Have you seen? I watched a
19,
video.
1964, someone was executed in the UK.
I watched a video on
There's
YouTube
a-
of like the weirdest laws in England.
Give me one.
Hang on a second. Talk about something else and I'll get them up.
So England,
Ask another question.
1964, in Liverpool, someone was executed for the murder of someone.
Of course, it was Liverpool.
Yeah, what was your question again? What would you
Um,
get death penalty for? I suppose the same in the US for murder. Anything murder or above, I guess. But they spend ages in death row because obviously
Right, there's
In
no
order-
queue, is there?
they don't.
They're dying. Surely there's
Pardon?
no queues on death row.
Honestly, like you'd be death row for ages because I guess they just want to make sure they get the right person. So you're
Yeah.
in there, you have the right to a trial.
you
So
just-
you know,
You just sat there waiting
There's
to
al-
die.
because obviously
Well,
not,
there's also the fact that
yeah, that's the thing.
to some
Yeah.
people, like if someone killed your kid, your future kid. For the record, Dom doesn't have a kid. Anyone who's listening, but if someone killed
Have a future
future kid of yours, yeah, you wouldn't necessarily want them to go to prison for a week and then die. You might want them like that might not be enough for you. You might think, well, they're getting off easy.
I don't think torture
Mate,
is coming into it.
I fucking
No, because the point is, Tom. Otherwise, you'd either want them in prison for life and then die of old age, or you'd want to kill them.
Because
Even
then they're
rare.
making you cost. Then you're basically paying for them to live.
Exactly.
Don't care,
Well, that's
bro.
the argument there. The argument there is having prison. That's why people argue for the death sentence because they go kill them. They're not putting a burden on the.
I
Prison
feel like
system.
if you killed someone,
Can
then-
understand if someone isn't going to get reformed. Is it better just to kill them? At the same time, does that make us as bad as?
here's a system. So whatever
Okay.
whatever crime you've done, you just have it done to yourself, and then call it even.
If I steal an apple, someone just steals it back,
Yeah.
and then I mean,
No, well, not you. Not like straight away. Maybe in like 2 years you buy an apple from
So
Tesco.
I go, I
And then
can't
you
wait to
come
have
back
my
and it's
apple in
gone.
work. Who's taking my apple? They go, well, you won't say that again, will you?
Yeah, and then it's like, surely it's like, that's karma. It's like always even. So if you kill someone, then you get killed in like a year or something.
I think they should do it twofold. The same way, if
Certainly.
someone hits you for no reason, so let's say your brother hits you for no reason,
Yeah.
you go, well, if I hit them back, okay, that's made the hit even, but they did
Yeah.
it for no reason. Surely I should be able to hit them a second time. That makes it even,
No,
you
because
know?
then that's just you being greedy at that point.
No. Well,
The
no,
damage
'cause
is being
they hit me
sent
for no reason.
evenly.
I hit them for a reason because they hit me, so I should get another hit. So if someone
Yeah,
takes
no,
an
'cause-
apple,
no, you,
if you take someone's apple, they should be able to take 2 of your apples. If you kill someone,
no, because
they
then we're
should
going to
kill
run out of
you.
apples.
They should kill you and one of your family. That's what should happen.
Because then there'll be no humans.
You raise the
left as well.
stakes. Because if I said, oh,
That's
if I kill
just
someone,
humans
I
being
kill.
greedy again. We
No,
shouldn't
it's
do
not.
that.
If
We
I
should-
take an apple and they take an apple back, I've not lost out. I might as well take the risk. If they take 2 apples, I'm
But then,
interested in an apple. But I
You're-
might lose out on an extra apple. I might be 1 apple down rather than neutral.
but that just means you're no better than the criminals.
Exactly, which is why your
You want
system,
You want the moral high ground.
your system fails, Dom.
No, my system does work because if you haven't, it does work.
Let's say this way. Let's say I went and kicked someone in the back of the head.
Yeah. Well, what we talked, did they
Yeah.
die from it?
No, they just
'Cause then-
fell over. They just fell over.
Okay. Who is the
They were a
person?
child.
Child.
5-year-old. So
Okay.
does the 5-year-old get to kick me, or
No, well,
am I my age and size?
it depends. Was he hurt by it? Like, was he annoyed?
What's going on?
I hope so. I was trying to hurt him.
So,
Like, First
then,
pilot, we're talking
now-
about kicking kids in the back of the head.
so now he has a 5-year option to basically call it even with you. So at any point you could be kicked by him. He doesn't have to do it.
This is not
He
law.
could hire someone
What?
else. Well, no, it's just it could be a new system that people like. It would make it even, wouldn't it?
Speaking of laws, let's put you in a situation now, guys. Right? Let's imagine you're working in. This is okay. So you're working in a shop. Yeah, Freddie, it can be waitress if you want, whatever. You're working in a shop, right? Someone comes up to you with a knife and says, "Right, give me the money." You obviously say, "Yeah, just take it," and then you
What
say,
money?
"Just
I'm on my way to my break. There's no money.
okay." They want to take some stock. You see them put stock in their pocket, so you just say
So
to
it's
them,
a
"Look,
closing down sale. We've got nothing.
all right, I'm not going to bother."
No, sorry, Tom. Okay, they want money. They've got a knife.
Okay.
They've got a knife on us.
Yeah, so they try to take some stock. You see him put it in the pocket. You say to him, "Look, I don't know." You say like, "Do you want a basket for that or something?" And they go, "No." They show you a knife and they say, "No, I'm taking this." Obviously, your initial thought was just to get them out of the shop. But let's say they don't go out the shop, right? They say they continue to walk around with this knife. Obviously, you're probably gonna keep a distance away from them and just tell customers to just be careful. There's someone here with a knife. Now, let's imagine a woman with her baby, like with her buggy, right, stands there. Because of the shock of seeing someone with a knife in a shop, she gets frozen stiff. She can't move. Would you, like, are you legally allowed to move her out the way without her permission to stop this guy with a knife? By law, if you move her, are you in breach of any laws?
So repeat that again. The guy's got the knife.
He's got a knife. He's going around the shop. He's refusing to leave. So you're sort of managing it from a distance. You're staying some distance away and just saying to people, "Look, just keep away. Don't." You're basically just telling them to just not get in the way of him. Just let him do his thing and just stand aside. Yeah. But he's walking down an aisle. But there's a lady there with a baby, like in a buggy.
So if she stays there, he might attack her.
He might do. You don't know. He might just
Right,
walk
we can
straight
move her.
past. He might have no intentions on her at all. But
Oh,
are
is it
you-
literally
like,
just 'cause you
if-
did? Yeah.
if you push her out the way, or if you move her out the way, are you breaching any laws? Are you legally obliged? Are you allowed to physically grab her
Suppose
and
you
move
could
her?
could speak to her first.
You
um,
have. You said, "Look, there's a man coming with a knife. She's frozen. She can't talk. She can't move. She's frozen solid. She's shocked."
I'm gonna say stand completely still and don't say anything if you give me permission to move you. A mover.
What do you reckon?
How far are you pushing her?
You're just putting hands on her. That's more the point. You're putting hands on her and you're moving her. She's
What if-
not giving you permission to do that, but you're doing it.
But
You're grabbing
if
her
I
and
s-
moving
if
her.
I say don't say anything if you want me to
No.
move you, and she
What
says
if
nothing,
So she wouldn't be. Is this because you're?
No consent is not consent.
Are you working there?
that's not how I got off last time.
Are you working? Are you employed
I'm
in
joking,
this shop?
just for the record.
Yeah,
Is that what's
you
happening?
work there.
You work there?
Because I asked the guy with the knife to just push her out the way. But
No.
Because he's clumsy. He might stab her on the way.
how do we even know he's got a real knife as well?
It doesn't matter. Would you run that risk? You wouldn't run that risk, whether it's real or not. He has a knife. You've seen the knife.
Nice bending. It's all flopping all over the place.
It's basically got. I just call the police.
Mate,
They can move her.
they're not going to get there for about an hour.
You get your phone out and he points at you with the knife and he goes, "Wait, put the phone away."
And I'll say this isn't a phone.
All right, I believe you. Carry on.
I don't
What
think
law
it's,
would I be
I don't
breaking?
think it's illegal.
Morally, we
I
all know
don't
what we'd
think
all
it's
do.
illegal.
But
Leave her.
legally, what do you think?
Surely
Do you
she's not
think
gonna
laying
dead.
hands on a customer who's not giving you permission to is illegal or
That
legal?
definitely sounds
The
like
same,
it's illegal
the same
when
time.
you say it
Well,
like
if
that.
someone had passed out, let's say someone had passed out, and I gave them CPR, they haven't given me permission to give them CPR or move them, but legally I'm allowed to do that. So I suppose in that situation, I would think you would be allowed to move them if they literally weren't able to tell you anything, and it was for their own good.
I think it's illegal.
Anyway, if there was a fire and they were absolutely
Ooh.
frozen, I would move them. It's the
Someone's wrong, someone's right.
law.
Which one is it?
It is legal.
Yeah. Or
You
You
can
had us confused there.
you can use reasonable force to prevent someone getting hurt.
Oh.
And that's not just a law for employment, that's genuinely a law full stop. So it's no different to if someone's standing on a train track and you go and
You
rugby
can
tackle
rugby,
them
yeah,
to
you
get
can
them
take
off.
them out of the way. But then
That is legal.
You
Yeah.
could die.
You haven't assaulted them. Well, you'll sort of dice them with death, yeah, but it is a legal act. You can do it. You are protected by law to do that. Same as if I guess to an extent, I guess if someone was starting a fight, I guess you could legally
Step
use
in and yeah.
like same as it's almost a self-defense thing, isn't it? Self-defense is allowed because you're using reasonable force to prevent something escalating.
Yeah.
But obviously it
suppose
has
the
to be
thing about that
reasonable force.
situation-
You can't rugby
Yeah,
tackle
yeah,
her and throw her on top of a shelf. It's interesting. It is interesting.
It's good, yeah.
There's
You
there's another
did
one,
that in your course the other day.
yeah. There's another
bodyguard
story
course.
because the guy who taught it was a cop, so he had quite a few stories, obviously from like cop stories and stuff, like stories from crimes and stuff. And he
used to
said
watch
there was
CSI
one.
all the time.
There was a story about a guy in a bar. So there's a group of lads, right? 3 or 4 guys, like in their 20s, mid-20s.
Yeah.
They pinch this waitress's bum who walks past, and obviously she just sort of rubs it off because she thinks it's just part of
Rubs him
the
off.
job. And there's a sort of like a 40-30-year-old guy sort of sitting across, and he says to the 4 guys, "Look, guys, you need to apologise to that woman because you shouldn't do that. It's not fair on her and stuff." But they obviously just say, "Oh, fuck off, you boring bastard" or something.
lads.
Yeah, and the waitress goes to the owner and says, "Look, it's not a big deal, but I'm worried about this guy, this 40-year-old guy who's obviously just got involved, and now these 3 guys are sort of shouting abuse at him and stuff." And the guy wasn't letting it go. He kept saying, "Look, you need to apologise." So the bar owner said, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's just the industry you're in. It's just what happens."
Yeah.
This 30, 40, I sort of say 30 for argument's sake. This 30-year-old guy, he called up one of his mates outside, and he come in with a knife and stabbed 3 of them. All 3 of the guys.
Yeah.
That said this thing. Now,
Wait, who stabbed who? So the older man stabbed the.
the older man called someone
Yeah,
who come in and stabbed them. He stabbed the 3
the 3
lads.
guys. Because
Yeah.
they didn't say sorry.
Because they didn't. Yeah, it's ridiculous, but yeah, that's what happened.
Okay.
And later on, when they all recovered from their injuries, they sued the bar, and they got hundreds of thousands of pounds because by law, the bar, and it's the same with every shop, so it's the same in Waitrose. Legally, you have to make customers aware of any potential risks to their safety. Same way that you put a wet floor sign out, it's like the same way you know that sort of stuff. It's all the same
That
law.
doesn't seem right. So
Honestly,
anyone could say anything's a hazard.
all
then
the barman
sue
had to do.
Put a sign up and say you might get stabbed in my bar, and then he wouldn't.
No,
be all right.
all he had to do was say, "Look, guys, you need to calm down because it's getting a bit leery." And then he's technically saying to him, "You can't
Oh.
keep acting how you are without any repercussions."
Wait, so what did he do?
What do you mean? He didn't do nothing. He ignored it. He said to
Oh.
the barwoman, he was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's just part of the industry. It's just how it is."
That's his own fault. Then he didn't stop it.
It is. Well, he couldn't stop it from happening, but it's mad. All he had to do was just say, "Look, guys, just calm down." That's all he had to say, and he wouldn't have got sued anything.
Did this actually
But-
happen?
Yeah, the loophole in
So,
And you wonder why. I mean, surely if you had a good lawyer, the lawyer would have said, "Pretend you said that,"
yeah, there's no proof.
and then
Well, there was a case of it was some sort of mafia guy. He was in the London, like a London big shot, drug ring and that, and he was quite a big time guy in that. And a lot of the other Londoners didn't like him because I can't remember his name. It's quite a known case because his sort of case that cemented this law. And there was a lot of other criminals wanted him gone because he obviously had a lot of business in the area, but the police also wanted him as well because he was obviously such a big crime guy and such a mob boss. So he was at home one night and he had a dog, and the dog started barking at the door. So obviously he knew something was going on outside. It was the police who were doing a raid of his house, so they were surrounding his house, and he come out the house with a knife, and he killed a policeman. But because the policeman never said he was a policeman, he didn't get done for murder or manslaughter because it was
What
on
do you
his
mean?
property. Because it was on his
he
property.
thought it could have been a house invader. Then yeah,
He
So
thought
you
it could have
you
been.
just kill anyone that's in your house and get away with it.
If they don't introduce themselves or declare themselves, yeah. If they don't say who they are,
He might have
So
declared
imagine,
himself.
Dom,
He's
imagine,
dead now.
imagine if it was a guy trying to break into the house to kill you and steal something from you.
yeah, he
If
obviously
he
thought it
came
was
in your
another mob
house
boss.
and you stabbed him,
Yeah,
you
but
wouldn't
he
get
might
done.
have. The guy might have said that anyway. He might have said I'm a policeman, but just killed him anyway.
He didn't.
But-
he didn't say
yeah,
it.
but how do you
Mate,
know?
they wear cameras, man. Come on.
He might have smashed the camera.
There'd be other people there. It wasn't. He's not on
Oh, it
his own,
wasn't
is he?
just
He's not
him.
one policeman. Nah.
Oh.
They wouldn't send one policeman on to raid a house. But because he, in his head, he used reasonable force in order to prevent himself getting hurt on his own property, because he didn't know who that
Situation-
guy was. He didn't know
situation
if he was a
would-
policeman.
It would have been different if the policeman had come in and then started running away and the guy killed him. He probably would have been done.
He would have been done for
I'm
murder.
sure even over here, yeah, you can stop if someone's fleeing the scene.
Yeah,
At least I believe that's. what
it's
it is,
reasonable
isn't it?
force, isn't it? Because that happened to a guy in Norfolk. He
If someone's leaving your land or they've broken
Yeah,
in and then running
yeah.
away, you can't.
exactly.
This is why we need the two crimes thing, so that police officer can kill him now.
No, there was a case in Norwich or Norfolk, of these two travellers that broke into a guy's farm, and they'd done it a few times. But the last time they come in, the guy sort of saw them coming in, so he obviously had a licensed firearm, so because farmers do, so he got his shotgun out, and
Shot.
as the travellers were leaving the barn, he shot one of them in the back and killed him.
Had the
He-
evidence there, didn't they?
And yeah, he went down for murder because they were leaving the scene. If he'd have got them as they were
Here's the
coming in,
thing, if I was breaking into someone's house, I'd walk
But
in
how-
backwards.
How do we know this
If
is
they
what
shoot,
happens?
if they shoot me in the back, then they'll get done for it.
because it is, he's gone down for it.
But how do they know he was leaving?
He was hit in the back.
It's all
I'm
That's why.
guessing-
That's why I said
subjective.
you break into a house and you walk in backwards. So if anyone attacks you with a
Yeah,
knife,
but there's more to it than that. They probably had all the stuff loaded in a van, or they probably there was two of them, only one of them got killed. So, and to be fair, the guy when he was telling the story, he probably said, "Oh no, they were running away, so I shot them," because he probably didn't think that was anything
Yeah,
wrong
you
with
didn't
that.
know they were running away, though. You might not.
You'd probably be able to see the person's footsteps running,
This is scary.
slid on the ground where the bullets went in implies that they
Yeah.
were.
And
shot
also,
in
he might have been 10 meters. He might have been 20 yards from the house, near the road. You don't know. I don't know where he died, but yeah, they knew that he was leaving. So by the law, reasonable force to prevent himself from safety, he was already going. He weren't going to hurt the guy. It's mad. But if he'd have seen them as they come in and shot them, he wouldn't have gone down for anything, because he would have used reasonable force to protect himself. It's really mad. The laws they're a bit broken.
I just wouldn't have gone into the farm.
Well, how was he going to rob it then?
You wouldn't have gone into the farm, Dom,
You wouldn't have robbed it then, would you?
No,
because you're a good
they wouldn't have been
citizen.
shot in the back. Problem solved.
It's like going, how would you have survived the Titanic? Well, I wouldn't have gotten on it.
And those people survived, right?
To be fair, he's got a point.
True, yeah. Of 6 billion people, 1,500 died, and the other 6 billion lived because they didn't get on the Titanic.
That's pretty impressive.
I just a little fun question. If you could have any superpower, what would you have? Completely unrelated.
I actually know. I know my
Or
answer to
be,
this
be
already.
any existing like superhero. So like if you could be Superman, have all his powers.
Nah, no, you can't. Superman has too
can't,
many
no.
powers.
Yeah,
That's silly.
not
I think
existing.
yeah.
you have to choose one. Yeah, you have to choose one. I already know mine. Do you want me to go first, Dom, or do you want me to leave it?
You go first, because I need.
I would pause time. I'd want the ability to pause time. Obviously, I'm assuming I don't age when time's paused, but I'd like it. So if I was touching someone when I pause time, it didn't pause time for them. If that makes sense.
Bonus
So you
watch,
could
yes.
have people join with you.
So I could have someone in there as well.
Like 3 powers: pause time, don't age, bring other people with you.
Well, you just don't age while time is paused. Because the worst part about not aging
If
is the
you
fact
if
that
you ended up
everyone
pausing,
dies.
If
But,
over,
like, if you pause
if over a
time,
year,
no one
you
else
paused
ages.
for like 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah, no one else ages as well.
I think I don't know. I think you'd have to age because I think otherwise that would be too good. Like if you didn't age, you could just pause it for like 5 years. Like, play guitar until you get 5 years worth of experience and then unpause. You wouldn't have aged and you have the experience. Whereas I think you've got to age because like then you've got to toss it up between.
Yeah, but then you're pausing time. So I could pause time now, and the next time you see me, I'll be like 50.
Exactly, yeah. But I think that's the risk you've got to take. You've got to just like work out. Like let's say you just needed 10 more minutes to get a job done.
That's my superpower.
No, I think you've got to have a drawback.
Yeah,
Superman has kryptonite, But you, Dom, what would you have?
I'd like to be able to make food.
Jeez, you want to be a cook then?
Like,
That's your
well, no.
superpower.
Your superpower is to be a chef.
So if you wanted a, so what we're probably going to run out of food
Like,
eventually.
Make food appear. Oh, just make it appear out of nowhere.
Hang on a second. Say it again, Dom. Say it one more time.
What?
Say what you just said again.
We're probably gonna run out of food because
No, we're not.
there's only so much on the planet. There
We are
is.
never ever going to run out of food.
What'd be funny? You just give them seeds.
We will run out of food though.
How we run out of food, Dom?
Because we're gonna stop growing stuff, aren't we? Eventually, we're not gonna be able
Why?
to grow stuff. Supermarkets are getting more expensive. Because we're running out of the food. Like when it comes to summer, we don't
run
get.
out of food.
No, when it comes to winter, we don't get strawberries.
It's a good thing though.
Seasonal
That's the
life.
thing.
Yes.
We want to go back to being seasonal, not have all these things shipped over and have ridiculous air miles.
Plus, I was going to say, you can
That's
definitely
good.
get strawberries at any time of year. You just don't buy English.
I don't buy strawberries, so I don't
You
know.
can only get British strawberries in summer.
Why are British ones better?
It's not that they're
Huh?
better. It's like
It's the imports, isn't
if
it?
we
Oh,
can
it's
grow our own
cheaper.
strawberries and they're seasonal.
Mm,
Yeah, well, it's more
not.
like
Well, it is, but it's not much. But it's more supporting.
thinking about like how bad it is for the environment to have like planes flying all over the place, shipping food and stuff.
And they do taste different.
Yeah,
I can't
Yeah,
say
that's
I've tasted it. But anyway, if we do run out
that's
of food,
Tom's UKIP.
if we do run out of
Oh,
food,
I
I'll be out. Everybody will be coming to me because I could be like, "I want a Big Mac," and then
Oh, so
I
you're
could just
making
think of
food
it.
with no ingredients or nothing.
yeah.
So you could just be on a
you
train
like-
It just
for
appears
an
in front
hour.
of me.
or like on a plane.
You know
and
the
just think,
story
I
of-
want McDonald's.
You know the story of
Yeah.
Jesus where he managed to feed like 500 people with 2 fish and a loaf of bread?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to be? But you're just going to go, I've got like loads of Big Macs for everyone, and they're going to go, praise Dominic. He's
I'm not saying I want to be Jesus.
Ronald McDonald.
And then, yeah, so I could just. I didn't want to be like flying because everyone says that stuff. You got to be like something different.
That's quite
I'd
good.
be
That's
that
quite a
was
good one.
Freddy's.
You'd never go hungry because you've always got that.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
now I'm
where's-
thinking, is it a bit boring? It's like I
No,
get
it's,
bored
it's
of
a
food.
useful.
Bad one.
It's a
Well,
useful.
at the end of the day, you save a lot of money, don't you? Because you never have to buy food.
Oh
yourself.
yeah.
Well, you could
You could
make
have
a
the
lot of
best-
money
you
as
could have
well.
the best meal you
Can I-
ever want.
Can I just make anything instead? Just be able to make things in front.
But you can make anything. You can make a burger that
Not
tastes
food.
like a Big
No,
Mac,
not
but
food,
has,
but I could
has
just, like-
no calories.
A car could just appear in front of me.
No, that's like some cheat codes on GTA, mate. We can't have that.
Yeah, spawn in a jet.
Spawning £1 million.
I'd have probably gone for pausing time as well, but
Yeah.
I'm
Pause
gonna
time
try and think of
together.
something different.
You can both.
I
do
think
it together.
everyone always says flying, but we can fly anyway. You can always get in planes and stuff. Invisibility sounds cool as well, apart from
I
the
thought that
implications.
Invisibility.
So I reckon I'd do something like breathing underwater and not getting crushed,
That's quite cool. So no.
So I
yeah, but then
reckon-
you just
or-
get
or
eaten by a
something-
shark.
or something like when you're in the water, the fish don't want to eat you. It'd be like an Aquaman kind of thing.
Basically,
so
you're
you're
the
underwater.
Aquaman.
You can breathe underwater. Yeah, I mean I've never seen Aquaman, so I don't really know what he's got as powers. I'm
You
not like
just-
talk. I'm not gonna speak to the fish, but kind of like breathe underwater.
Well, how
See
often are you going
underwater.
underwater though?
When
For
I'm,
that to be useful.
when I'm going on. Well, it's like the Cineworld card, isn't it? Once you've got it, you go to the cinema a lot more.
So you're just
You
gonna
know?
go for swims.
I've got my underwater
He
card.
just
so
lay in the bath.
Exactly, yeah. Someone goes, Jesus, he's fallen asleep in the
You could-
bath. He's dead.
Do you know what? I've changed my mind about my ability. I want to change it.
What's-
Teleportation.
I thought that too, but then like
Good.
you just get bored because you get everywhere really quick.
I mean, you wouldn't get bored.
Well, eventually you would just see the whole world, though, wouldn't you?
Well, it's funny,
Right now, I would just teleport to Vegas.
Yeah,
No,
but,
Tom, what you
but
would
think
do,
about
you
it, like
teleport-
2 years, you would have done that like 6 times. You'd be like, oh, well, it's
You
just Vegas.
teleport into a bank vault, take the goods, and leave. If someone who's
Yeah,
like
looper.
nasty, you know,
No,
just teleport
what's
into-
it called?
Teleport into Donald Trump's bank vault.
Jumper. Have you seen that film?
No, now you
Yeah.
see me,
Yeah.
they do that, don't they?
No, it's in the trailer.
Well, they don't actually teleport.
That's
though.
not superpowers, is it?
Yeah, but they rob a vault, don't they?
They do, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I know. You
But
mean.
yeah, Jumper's a better example because he actually teleports into the cell, the vault.
I got another question. Do you think so? I was at work and at the stadium, and there's just so many people. Just like, do you think there's ever going to be too many people on the planet that the planet just like gets too heavy and it just drops?
Oh my god.
So I thought of this. I thought of this when I saw all these people. I was like, how is this planet actually staying up with all these
See,
people?
the thing
on it?
there, Dom, is that's why we shipped all those prisoners to Australia all those years ago, so they kind of balance it out on the other side of the world.
Which way would they be facing?
The native Australians weren't heavy enough, so we needed more people over there.
No, because they're still on the planet.
Well, no, what you're
Mixing
saying,
down.
the planet's not going to drop. The planet's going to get squashed.
Oh yeah, it could, couldn't it? It could get squeezed.
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 How
was-
much do you think the Earth weighs, Dom? Now, right now.
On what weight? What kilograms?
Whatever.
Oh my god, killing.
Kilograms. It
don't
doesn't
think
really
it
matter.
matters.
I just want to prove a point. You can say
Like-
any number.
1,000,000 kilograms or something like
I
that.
mean, it's definitely a lot more than that, but okay. 1,000,000 kilograms is like a ton, isn't it? Oh no, that's 1,000. It's like 10 ton. It's definitely more than that. Either I don't know maths. It doesn't matter. But how much do you reckon the Earth weighed a couple of thousand years ago?
What, without people on it?
Yeah, a couple of thousand years ago, when there was no humans on the face
Because
of the Earth.
Yeah.
Because dinosaurs are
Yeah, the
dinosaurs would be heavier.
Mate, aliens had just left the pyramids behind, and humans were starting to.
Because dinosaurs
leave.
there's less dinosaurs, but they're heavier than us.
No, because
Do you know there were less dinosaurs? We haven't found all their bones
2,000
yet.
years ago.
Yeah, but there's. I
Years
can't
ago, there
imagine
were
a
less
stadium of
dinosaurs than humans.
dinosaurs going to watch a football match. You wouldn't be that many, would there?
Yeah, but the point is, Dom, we haven't brought anything from another planet onto ours. The Earth can't weigh more now than it did then.
We have brought back bits of moon. haven't
Oh,
we?
you know what, Tom? In 10 years' time, people are going to listen back to this and they go, Dom. They're going to say like Carl Pilkington. Dom's just a very good actor. This is a character he's created.
He's just an idiot.
Well, no, because. Wait, so
Little
what's
brown
your
penny.
question now? I'm confused. What's the question?
How much do you think the Earth weighed a million
long
years
time
ago
ago.
compared to now?
Well, there was less cars built and stuff, wasn't there then?
Yeah,
Less
but my
people.
point is, Dom, we haven't transferred metal from another planet.
But less cars
we?
built a million years ago. I love it.
It was already here. It was already on the planet.
Yeah, but we have made more people, and they're heavy.
Yeah, but they eat food which is produced from stuff that's already in the planet. isn't it?
The planet
So-
does get bigger.
so
When
what
you
you're
think
s-
about it, Tom, like volcanoes form from molten rock from the core that spills out.
So what you're saying
And
is like,
The
there's
planet
only
definitely gets bigger, doesn't it, over time? That's why like ancient cities are buried under stuff. What's weirder is if you were in a confined space. Let's say you're on a spaceship.
Yeah.
And you had two people have a child and give birth to the child. They're just formed from like all the elements and stuff that are in that ship, and anything coming in like from the outside feeding the oxygen or anything is what's formed that child. Like any of the the H2O in the body, the carbon, that's all
So
just formed from those two
so-
people, the food, all that kind of stuff.
if we went out,
So like a star
spaceship.
could have exploded a million light years ago. Dust
Yeah.
fall towards Earth.
yeah.
Some carbon elements or something falls towards Earth, and that then helps to form you.
So if we went out in a spaceship and had like 1,000 babies and brought them back, then it would be a different weight.
If you and me had 1,000 babies. Oh, I see what you're saying. If we brought them back to Earth, Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose that would count. I mean, I
What,
don't.
what
yeah,
are they eating though?
I don't know.
What?
We
What
brought
are the babies
food
going
with
to
us.
eat on this? Yeah, so you've taken the food already from Earth.
We grew
Oh,
the
we'll get
food
food
on
out
the
there instead
planet.
then.
Oh yeah, we'll just
Yeah,
pop up to
Dom-
the moon drive-through.
No, Dom uses his magic power to make food.
Yeah.
See, if you do that, Dom, you're going to make the world too heavy. That's what's going to cause it to flip over.
Yeah, you
There was,
cause problems.
It wasn't going to flip
There
over.
was
It's just going to
actually-
drop a few inches.
It's just going to turn flat.
No, there is. I know that sounds silly, but there was a in America some representative of some house back in like the I can't remember what year it was. He was worried that there were like Marines, like a few thousand Marines placed on Guam, and it's quite a long. It's like a long thin. It looks like Japan almost. Like it's quite a long thin island. So he was going like, well, it's about this long, isn't it, and this wide. And this military guy was going, well, maybe we don't. We could find out for you. And he goes, I'm worried that there are so many people that if they all gathered on one end, the island might tip over and flip upside down. And they're like, so you're asking if the island's going to flip over? And he's like, yeah, I'm just wondering if it's going to flip over. And it's like, is it going to capsize? It's like,
Did they try it?
this is a man who did they try? They did it, yeah, like Club Penguin. They all jumped and it flipped over.
I remember that. All I'm saying is it's not been tested.
No, Dom, it didn't happen.
Freddie, you'll probably know more about it than I do. There was a town. It is in England. I can't think where it is though. Where they built the town on a hill, like near the sea, and the sea hit against the sort of the what would you call it? Like the side of the island. What would you call it, Freddie? Like the wall?
Oh, what you mean, a man-made wall or
No, like the cliff, like a cliff.
edge? Yeah.
Yeah, like a cliff edge. So the water, the waves from the sea would hit the cliff edge so much. Eventually, it's underneath the land, and the land on top just fell into the sea because all the rock beneath it to support it all disappeared.
Yeah.
I can't think where it was. It was in England somewhere. I've been
Wait,
there.
so the house just fell into the sea?
Everything, the whole town just fell into the sea
Oh my god.
because
Well,
It's mad.
The
There's
waves
loads
eventually-
of places. We've gone to a few places.
what shops are there?
I don't probably a JD.
On to riddles if you want. That gives
Yeah.
a chance to ask you.
I love some riddle.
I hate riddles because they just never make any sense.
Oh mate,
No,
I love the riddle.
I know some good ones. And they're not like ridiculous ones. Here's a good one that's you might have heard this one before. So a father and a son are driving in a car, and they get into a car accident, and whisked off to hospital.
Mhm.
And the son has to go in for surgery, and the doctor comes out to operate on him and goes, "Oh my god, that's my son." So how is that?
So what?
It's the boy's
Say it again.
granddad. It's the boy's granddad. It's the dad's dad.
Because he says he's my son. No, so the father and the son. So there's a father and his son are in a car driving along. They get into a car accident. Both need surgery, and the son's going in for the operation. Doctor comes out and goes, "Oh my god, that's my son."
The
So
doctor
how is
does.
that? How is that?
The
Doctor.
doctor's a woman.
Time traveler?
Tom's giving the answer away.
Is it?
It's his mum.
Oh wait, it's his mum.
Yeah, there we go. That's pretty sexist that you didn't think a doctor pick a woman, but
Yeah, and you
I
thought
love-
time travel was more plausible than the female doctor.
I've not been to the hospital, so I don't know for a long time.
I mean,
I don't know
that
the
just sums up everything you possibly need to know about us, to be fair. I'm saying, oh, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the
How
dad's
is-
dad.
who-
Maybe
who
it's
could
the
the doctor be?
granddad.
Is it the granddad? Is it his mother? Is it a time traveler? I've not been to a hospital. I didn't know they let women work there.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, Dom thought it was a time traveler from the future where women could be doctors.
What's the next riddle?
There's a pond, okay?
Okay.
And there's a duck sitting dead in the center of the pond. Okay?
Dead.
The pond is 15 meters in diameter. Yeah, sitting dead in the center. The pond is
As in,
15
like-
meters in diameter,
Hold on.
Yeah.
and the duck can swim
just carry on.
3 meters, 1 meter every 3 seconds. Okay.
Whoa,
So how long would it
rewind
take
here.
to swim to the edge?
15 meters
So
in
it's
diameter.
50 meters diameter.
Yeah.
So that means from one end to the other end.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it can swim 1 meter every 3 seconds. So how long would it take it to swim?
I think I got this one already. No questions.
Would you want to? I think you might have got it, Dom.
I think I've got it as well.
I'm
What do
actually.
you both think?
Do you know? Are you asking how long it will take?
How long would it take for the duck to swim to the edge?
Forever. Duck's dead.
Well done. That was an easy one.
I fucking got that one too, actually. That was
One
pretty
more.
easy.
Because you got those ones pretty quick.
We might.
But okay, here's a good one. So there's a cowboy, yeah. Cowboy's in town. He's done his business in town, so he rides out of town on Sunday, and he spends a night out of town at a little hotel.
I know this one, so I'm not going to say anything. Okay.
And he rides
heard
back
this one
into
before.
town on Sunday. So how is that possible?
Wait, so
I'll
what?
say it again.
I didn't hear it.
So cowboy rides out of town on Sunday.
Yeah.
Spends the whole night at a hotel, and he rides back into town the next day, but on Sunday again. So how is that?
It's next week.
He rode out of town on Sunday, spent one night at a hotel, and he rode back into town on Sunday.
Only one night, mate. Not all week.
Yeah, but he might have gone home after that hotel for the rest of the days.
No, so he rode out of town on Sunday, and he
Yeah.
rode back into town on Sunday, but he'd spent a whole
On the
night
same Sunday.
at a hotel. Yeah, on the same Sunday.
Yeah, but maybe he just like got to the hotel at like 1 o'clock on the Sunday morning.
Because wouldn't have spent the whole night.
Let's say okay.
When does the night start?
Say he stayed 2 nights.
He rode out of town on Sunday, got to a hotel at 10 p.m. Then
10 p.m.
at 10 a.m.
next day.
10 a.m. the next day, he rode back into town on Sunday.
What's that thing when we lose an hour of time?
Oh,
Something to do-
God.
I don't know. I like it. That's quite a clever. That's good looking at it. But no, it's no. They didn't have daylight savings back then. That's like
Back
that-
then?
Yeah, no, daylight savings. That was invented in
Who
like the
invented them?
1940s.
Not the Cowboys.
That was no, the Germans invented it.
Oh no,
in
we've had this conversation. Yeah. 'cause
Yeah, they did it World War
you
Two.
told- I
to,
didn't know this either. You told
yeah,
me
I think it was World War Two to try and
they made
save,
it just to save some money.
For
yeah, it
lights.
was so that they
time.
didn't have to do the lights so early.
It's also
they could
because
get a bit more daylight.
the Germans could attack at midday for them when they're all awake, but in England everyone was asleep.
They were just waking up for breakfast.
We went all asleep.
Yeah. Nah, but like a lot of obviously the,
Well, no,
the
some
main
pe-
people were all asleep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Set their alarms for 11 a.m. Should have set it for 10.
I've also completely made that up, by the way.
Yeah.
I think Freddie
Okay.
got that, but
Okay, right. So he's
Go on,
coming
go on,
on
so
Sunday
what
at
do you
10.
I'll
Coming
say
on
it again.
Sunday
So
at 10.
he rode out of town on Sunday. Got
Out
into the hotel.
Yeah.
He rode out of town on Sunday.
Yeah.
So he's in a different town. So he rode out of town on Sunday. He stays at a hotel out of town. From that night till the following morning, and he rides back into town on Sunday.
I don't know.
When,
Can you give me a clue?
Is listen closely to how I'm wording it. Same as the duck sitting dead in the center, you got straight away. It's not sitting in the dead center. It's sitting dead in the center.
Oh yeah.
So this one is he rode out of town on Sunday.
Yeah.
Back into town on Sunday.
Oh. Was the hotel in the Sunday in town?
No, he rode out of town
Yeah, but
on
then you
Sunday.
yeah, and then but he didn't stay in the hotel, did he? Then he just
Yeah,
came back
no,
on
no.
the Sunday.
He rode,
Dom,
he rode
just keep
out of
listening,
town.
listen.
Dom, listen. He rode out of town on Sunday,
Yeah.
stayed in a hotel, and then the next day he rode back into town on Sunday.
You're gonna have to tell me. I don't know
Okay,
this
listen. So what did he do? Did he walk out of town? How did he get out of town?
one. He rode
Out of town.
he rode
So
what?
he rode out of town on
a
Sunday.
horse.
Okay.
Yeah. He rode out of town
A
on
pony.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's on his horse out. He's
Okay.
left the town, so he's gone.
Yeah.
Said bye to all the guys. What's he saying? Is he saying I'll be back tonight or?
Yeah, he's Terminator. He goes, "I'll be back." He rides out of town. Okay, but the important thing is he rides
So
out
he's
of town
saying
on
bye.
Sunday.
Yeah.
And he rode
So he's
back
gone
into town on Sunday.
on the Sunday. Yeah. So he's coming in and out.
Well, I didn't say on the Sunday. On the Sunday.
I said, is it next week?
No, I didn't say he didn't ride out of town on the Sunday. He rode out of
This is
town on
painful.
Sunday.
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 Which day?
Sunday.
Okay, listen, Dom. He rode out
He-
of town on Sunday.
You're just saying the same thing over again.
Yeah,
It's not
listen.
helping, is it?
You gotta
Listen,
listen.
You're
you
just
gotta
saying
listen.
he's left town and then he's come back, and I said I've
But
given
no,
you
but
all the
wait,
options.
But right,
He's not. The hotel's in the town.
hotel
No,
isn't
no,
in
no.
the
He
town.
rode out of town on Sunday.
Is he gone into a
Yeah.
different town?
No, Yeah.
But if he went to a different town, Tom, it would still be. He would have still rode into that town on Sunday.
Maybe that town has a different days a week.
Should we just
No,
have
it's not. Right, Dom, think about it.
You
So,
can have to tell me.
so,
I ain't
so this
getting this
guy, okay.
I ain't getting
guy's-
this one.
So this guy's let's
Are
call him.
you saying
EVP.
someday?
Sunday.
Okay.
Spelt the same day. You spelt like the 7th day of the week.
Yeah.
Okay. But that we're talking about his horse. Yeah.
Mhm.
He rode out of town on Sunday.
Oh. Is it the horse is called Sunday?
Yes!
Got it.
That's stupid.
That's not.
Oh,
that's
who
good.
calls a horse
Baffles
Sunday?
you.
No one calls a horse Sunday.
He did it just to
I'm
confuse
I'm
you.
having that.
Cowboy did.
Dom, he rode it. Yeah, he rode out of town
What's
on
the cowboy's
Sunday.
name? Monday.
CP.
Oh.
Yeah, Monday. Right, here's another one. What's a good surname for someone? Mr. and Mrs.
Dilkington.
Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Dilkington have
Jones.
six daughters, and each daughter has one brother. So how many members are there of the Dilkington family? Ones I've mentioned, obviously. I'm not including
Wait,
grandparents.
they have 6 daughters.
Mr. and Mrs. Dilkington have 6 daughters, and each
Yeah.
daughter has one brother.
Hmm.
So how many members of the family are there?
I already know. I'm going to keep quiet for a minute though.
This one got me the first time I.
Do you
I
want to
heard
know
it.
how many kids there are in total, or how many?
How
brothers
many
they
how many
have?
members are there? So
How many kids are there?
how many members of the family are there?
Okay, so just okay, I'm with you now.
What do you think, Dom? I mean, you can say as many numbers you like.
Is it
I'm going to
6?
message you it, Freddie. I'm going to message you and try and find out if this is right. Just tell me if this is right, yeah?
Well, it's more than 6, Dom, because Mr. and Mrs. Dilkington have 6 daughters, and each
No,
daughter
yeah, they
has
have
one
6.
brother.
They've got 6 daughters.
Is that right?
What have you messaged on Facebook?
Yeah.
How old are they?
Yeah, 20 each. They're triplets.
They're all 20.
They're 6 tuplets.
And the brother's younger. Wait.
No, so it doesn't matter. So you right, Mr. and Mrs. Dilkington have 6 daughters, okay, and each
If
daughter
I-
has a brother.
If I was the 6, I would have
Is
6
my-
sisters then. Is what you're
Is
trying
my-
to say.
Is mine right?
Yours is right, Tom. Yeah, you got it.
They would just all be my sisters.
So
I'd
how
be
many
I'd be the only one for them.
members
right?
of the family
What's
are
your
there?
answer?
Was it 6 people and 1 of me? 7.
And who
7.
had them?
We have who?
The kids.
What kids?
the daughters and the sons, or son, as you've worked out. Mr. and Mrs. Dilkington. Add them on.
Oh, with them 2. 9.
Yep, there we go.
Hey.
Job done.
That one was easier actually.
Yes.
Right, I've got a couple to be fair. I've found some good page. A woman, this is for both of you to be fair. A woman shoots her husband, then holds him underwater for 5 minutes.
I think I know. I think you're on the same page I was on earlier.
Oh, nah, shut up.
But
Do you
I
know
do
the
know
answer?
the answer. I do
Okay.
know the answer. But do it for Dom.
I'll see if I can find another one you don't know. A woman shoots her husband, then holds him underwater for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Next, she hangs him.
Yeah.
But right after that, they have a lovely dinner.
Yeah.
Explain it. How do they have a really nice dinner, a nice meal, after she shoots him, then holds him underwater for 5 minutes, then hangs him?
Wait.
Working it out.
Wait, so her husband.
Yeah.
What like
Mom.
what animal stuff does
This
that happen to?
What?
Like is her husband not human?
No, her husband's human.
Oh. I was trying to work out like does a cat
Just
Oh.
like,
get hung or something? Like maybe she's
Oh no,
just
to be
having-
fair, that could have been a good that could have
dining
been a
with a
good
cat.
shout because no, they could have eaten an animal. That would have been a good shout. They enjoy.
but
a
is
lovely
it, she
dinner.
eats a dinner with him, doesn't she? He's eating the
Yeah,
dinner.
she's
too.
eating the dinner with him.
with the
Like
cat.
he's accompanying her. for dinner.
He is unharmed. I think is the. the
Yeah,
takeaway.
he's not dead.
He's not dead. He's been shot.
Yeah, I didn't.
She shoots him.
I didn't think of asking this one because I thought, nah, Dom will get this.
She shoots
I'm
him, then holds
so
him
bad at
underwater for
riddles.
5 minutes.
So here you go, Dom. So think about what you do as a job. That's a clue.
She's a nurse.
Dead.
What do you do as a job? When did it say she was a nurse?
Because you shot him, and then he's trying to make him better by putting him in water and
What? Holding him
and-
underwater for 5 minutes is gonna
and
be
yeah,
Love that.
to get the
Yeah,
blood
and then-
out, and then bandage him up.
Then
with
she,
the
becomes,
hanger.
then she becomes a chef as well because she makes dinner.
Yeah, the
It's amazing.
hospitals
She's
have
got so many
cabs.
jobs. It's dinner, I think, is what we said. So it's definitely not a hospital meal.
That counts as dinner.
So Dom. So what
Okay,
what do you do as a job?
Film.
No.
What?
You saying that's too big a clue, Tom?
No, I don't think I don't think it's gonna help him.
No, I think in terms of so Dom, when you use a film camera, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that,
And you
that's
go
big.
around-
That's big.
You go around getting footage, right?
Yeah.
So like
So the shoots
Get
bits
him.
with a camera. Shoots him with a camera.
this bit.
That was a big clue, Freddie.
Shoots She
He
shoots
wasn't
him with a
getting it
camera, but
otherwise.
then why is she chucking him underwater and that
For 5 minutes, mate.
for 5 minutes?
Then hanging him.
Is it in a bath?
To dry out.
No.
Well, it could be in a bath. To be fair,
So he's having.
Could be.
it doesn't mean he's taking a bath. Now, bear in
Lights be
mind,
off, though.
So wait, so what are you asking me again?
How
How
we
are they
eat
having a
our
meal?
Yeah.
well, you've worked out. She shoots him with a camera. Yeah.
Does she watch him have a meal on the one that they
No,
filmed
you've
earlier?
worked out, Dom.
What?
You've done the smart thing. She shoots him with a camera. You know that much, okay?
Yeah, but I don't know why he's underwater for 5 minutes.
But then why
'Cause he's having
why
a
would
shower?
she be putting? Why would
Think.
in this one? Yeah.
So he shoots him with a camera.
Yeah.
Job done.
Think about. Have
What
you
are
ever
they
seen
filming?
a movie where someone? Dom, have
What
you
are
ever
they
seen
filming?
a movie where someone shoots a picture of someone
Yeah.
and then they have something to do with putting the person?
Oh, what? It's
Oh,
like
mate.
when- in
Or
the red
something
room
in-
thing.
Oh, mate, that was big. That was big clues.
We were going to be here all night otherwise.
That was spelt out.
It'd be episode 10.
Yeah.
That's it. You just took a picture with one of those old cameras and put him in the red room.
Put him underwater, then
In
hung
the
him up to
water.
dry.
It's not him though, is it? That's a picture.
That's why
Put
I
the
didn't ask
picture-
this
Shoots
one.
him.
Because I thought, yeah, it's technically she hasn't hung him
No.
up, but I suppose
That's not a riddle.
if you
That's
had-
just me you not telling me the whole story.
No,
I kind of agree with that one.
the point of a riddle is you fill in the blanks, you fill in the gaps.
I mean, funny, I looked at some
Well,
riddles
there was
earlier
no
and they were just
gaps.
jokes.
Okay, here's a good one.
There
then.
was no gaps in that.
He was
I
Tom.
don't agree.
Tom, here was a riddle I read online earlier. It was, what did Mrs. Claus say to Mr. Claus when she looked up at the sky? She
Merry
said
Christmas.
reindeer. And it's like, that's not a riddle, that's a joke. So, there you go,
That's
that
quite
was
a
on
good
me.
joke, actually.
Oh my god.
She looked up at the sky and said, "That's a joke."
She looked up at the sky and said, looks like reindeer.
That's fucking terrible.
Love that Tom laughed again.
Okay,
It's good.
you see a boat.
Oh,
You read this one, Freddie.
I don't know.
This-
I don't
I
recognise
could just
this
do a
one.
whole
Okay.
episode of just riddles.
You see a boat filled
Say
with people.
Mhm.
It is not sunk, but when you look again, you don't see a single person on the boat. Why?
I've gone inside.
See a boat full of people.
Yeah, you see a boat filled with people. It hasn't sunk. No one's like jumped off. No one's gone inside or anything. But when you look again, you don't see a single person on the boat.
They're all in the swimming pool.
On a boat, no.
Boats have swimming pools. How big's this boat?
Yeah, some of them do. To be
I'm
honest.
thinking
It's
it's a yacht
irrelevant.
type thing,
It's
like
irrelevant.
a
I
big
suppose it could be anything. It could be from a life raft to the Titanic. It could be. It doesn't matter
boat.
what
Oh, so
the
it's a
boat
little
is.
boat.
Yeah,
We're all gone.
it can be.
Okay.
It really doesn't matter. It could be a little boat. if you
More
want
the
it to be a
fact
little
that
boat.
repeat it again, Tom, and listen to what he says.
You see a boat filled with people. It hasn't sunk. When you look again, you don't see a single person on the boat.
Because they're all
Why?
couples. They're all in a relationship.
They're all married.
There's not a single person.
Yeah, that's what it
It's
is.
Yeah.
not a riddle though, is it?
Of course it is.
There's still
It is.
you still see all the people on the boat.
No, Dom.
but they're
Dom,
not single.
We haven't. Dom. None of
You
them
don't
are
see a
single.
single
They're all in,
person
they're
on
all
the
in a
boat.
relationship.
What if you close your eyes and only see like one person? Then you see a single person.
They're married.
Yeah, but they can still be single.
What we're saying is we're looking at the boat.
You don't
and we
walk
see loads of
around the
people.
shops going like, "Oh, sorry, I'm married," and telling people, do you?
But the point is, it doesn't matter if we know if they're in a relationship or not. If you looked at 3 married couples,
Yeah.
we're not seeing a single person because they're all
I would.
in a
I'd
relationship,
see
so they're
6
all
people.
couples. No. If none of them were in relationships,
They're
we're
just not
seeing
a single
we-
person.
If they're not in a
we looked at
relationship,
6
it's not 12 people, is it? It's still 6 people.
No, but Dom, if we looked at 6 people who weren't in relationships, we would be seeing 6 single people. That's the
I don't
That's
agree
the
with
trick
that
of
one
it.
either.
That's a good one, Tom.
I don't
I like
agree
that
with these. They're morally not correct.
One for you, Dom. This is my last one, right?
Yeah.
Before Mount Everest was discovered, what was the tallest mountain on Earth?
Mount Everest. It just wasn't discovered.
Tom's got it. Fair. If Dom had tried, that might have been a long one.
Would you have got that, Dom?
I was going to say whichever one you could see.
I suppose I could see Everest, so you wouldn't be wrong. It's one off the top of my head. So, a man lives on the 20th floor of a building. Okay, lives in like
Yeah.
apartment block. So he lives on the 20th floor. He gets in the elevator every morning and he rides down to the ground floor and he goes to work. It's back in the evening. He gets in the elevator, rides the elevator up to the 16th floor, and then walks the other 4 floors up to his apartment. And he doesn't do this for exercise. The elevator's not broken.
So as high as it
Why
goes.
does he do that? Because in the morning he rides the elevator from the 20th floor down to the bottom,
Yeah. Oh,
and in the evening he only rides it up to the 16th floor, but walks the rest of the way.
does he live
For
on the
exercise,
16th floor?
no, he lives on the 20th, so he comes out every morning on the 20th out of his apartment,
Does he have a...
and then in the evening he rides it up to the 16th and walks the other 4 floors to his apartment.
Oh.
So why does he only ride it up to the 16th?
What's on the 3 floors in between?
I don't think it matters.
Just exactly the same, just apartments and stuff. He doesn't do it
Can you
because
start
There's
from the
not,
beginning
there's not
again?
any, like...
Is the beginning
anyone
bit
up there
relevant?
that he doesn't
Okay, yeah.
like.
Beginning bit just it explains a few things. So
So the relevant part is
the relevant part is I'll just say the whole thing again. So there's a man lives on the 20th floor of an apartment. He gets in the elevator every morning, or he gets in the elevator when he's going to work, and he rides the elevator down from the 20th floor down to the ground floor, and he goes to work. Comes back, he gets in the elevator, the same one, rides up to the 16th floor, and he walks the other 4 floors to his apartment. He doesn't do it for fun, and the elevator's not broken.
Can you
So
not
why
reach
is
the
he- why
top
is he-
buttons? Is he too short?
Dumb.
that is what it is. That is what it is.
Is that it?
That's what it is.
I thought it was
Yeah.
stupid.
Nah, 100%.
No, you got it.
That's,
He's a dwarf.
again, stupid.
It's a good one.
I
Imagine
did
if
think
he
that
was so
was good.
short, he couldn't reach the top buttons. Obviously, if someone was in there with him, he'd ask them to, but
Sure, you
He
just
get-
bring
when
a
he- maybe
stick
he-
after a couple of times to realise it and just push it.
true, he could do. The sticks are all on the higher shelves in the store, so we can reach them.
Okay, I've got a riddle that I've just made up.
Oh, Dom's got one, yeah. Go
I've
on
just made this up. So you're not going to get this because you can't find it on Google.
It's fine. I wouldn't Google it anyway.
So a man's watching his TV, alright?
Yeah.
Then there's a power cut, but he's still watching his TV. How's he watching it?
I think I might have an idea. Do you have any ideas, Tom?
Do you want to go, Dom? Freddie?
Well, is it like a battery-powered TV?
No.
It could be. This is like one of Carl
Yeah.
Pilgrim's riddles, where it's just
It's really
Is he an
not a
astronaut?
riddle.
No, but
it's
that's a
not.
good one.
It's not.
it's what am I
Um,
thinking? So right, repeat it again, Dom.
So he's come in,
There's a man.
he's watched his TV,
He's come home. Yeah,
and then
Mhm.
there's power cut.
still watching it.
Yeah, but he's still watching his TV.
I think I know, and this is quite clever if it is. Right, Tom, you have a guess, because I don't want to give it away too soon.
So he comes home from work. He puts on the TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's watching the TV.
He puts the TV on, does he, Dom?
Yeah,
Okay,
why
I
not?
thought it was going to be he's watching a TV that's off, and when the power cuts off,
Well-
he's still watching the TV that's turned off.
Oh, okay. Well, he just
Was that
sits
it?
down, he gets up like EastEnders. He gets up
So he is
EastEnders and he's
watching-
like watching it.
The TV is
The
properly
intro
turned
comes
powered.
on and he's like, yeah, best bit.
Oh
and
man,
then
I
it
thought
cuts.
you were going to do a really good one where he sits down and watches the TV and it's not got anything on, and then when the power cuts, he's still watching it because he never turned it on.
That would be clever. I mean, I've got
Well, you-
multiple answers for this because there's a lot of things he could have done. that could be happening. So if you
So
want,
there's a
I
power
can give,
cut.
I can give
like-
you multiple
it's like-
answers if you want.
Is it
It's just
something
like a
like,
man sits-
he has a backup generator or something?
That was my first thought, but then that's too obvious.
Oh,
so
that's not a riddle.
Tom,
that's
this
that's
is
not the
this is
answer.
like-
That's not the answer.
Tom, this is like a man sits down. What does he have for dinner? And you go pasta, and he goes, he could have had pasta, but I was thinking pizza.
I've got other. That's not the answer. That was
What?
the first answer, but I've developed it since then.
I literally gave you a really
Not
good
too
answer for a
lengthy.
riddle. What is your answer then?
Are you giving up?
I mean, Tom already got one of your answers, so I think it
Okay,
will
so
be
one
alright.
answer. I think this is the cleverest one. He's got solar panels.
That's not even a riddle though. Just not a riddle.
It is.
That's to be fair, but no. But what did you say? He had a power cut, didn't he? The power went out.
Yeah, the power cut.
But you should have said you probably
Can I also one more question? You said he comes home at night.
Well, whenever he feels like it.
well, it stores power. It stores energy in the day, doesn't it? And you could watch it at night, couldn't you? I guess.
That's not. That's just one answer anyway.
Yeah, that needs a little bit of work, but that could work. You just need to. The thing
I
about the
did
riddles
think
is
about
you need
solar
to-
powers, but I didn't think that
The other
generally is a
answer
riddle.
is, power just went out in his house, so he went over to his neighbours and asked if he could run an extension lead to the neighbours, and then he brings it
An
in and plugs it
extension
in,
lead. I love that.
I've got
and
one.
then he
I've got
watches
one.
it in his room, and it carries on.
I've got one for Dom. I think Freddie, you'd get this. You
Oh
get this
my
one pretty
God.
quickly, so I'll give this one to Dom. Okay.
So there's multiple
yeah.
answers to that one.
Right, this is an actual riddle, Dom. Okay.
That was a riddle. You didn't
Oh,
get
really?
the answer. I like the blank.
Because the
I like the
Mate,
blank
mate,
TV one. To be fair.
Tom and I gave better answers.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I'm adding that one to the list if anyone asks me.
Go on, then you can
Alright.
take credit for that one.
Are you ready?
Adding it to the list.
Okay, Dom.
Yeah.
Right. You're a bus driver.
hmm
At the first stop, you pick up 2 women
Yeah.
and 3
women?
men.
Yeah.
2 women and 3 men. Okay. And the second stop, a man and a woman get off, and 1 man gets
Hold
on.
So now there's 1 woman and 1 man, and then these two.
At the third,
These
at the
two
third
pieces
stop,
come on.
all the remaining
Gonna do
men
this again.
from the first stop get off, and 3 women get on.
hmm
At the fourth stop, 2 men get on. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the name of the bus driver?
It's me, isn't it?
Damn.
Because I'm
Ah,
driving.
Dom.
You already
that's
told
good.
me that. If you hadn't told me that, I wouldn't have got it.
That's the
What do you
thing,
mean?
because loads of people get confused and they go, "Oh my god, I have no idea who the bus driver is." Obviously, that one doesn't work when you repeat it because you say you're a bus driver.
That's because
But I
when you
think
said
here's
it,
another one for you,
I
Dom.
imagined me driving the bus and trying to look at the people, which
Oh God.
is why I reminded
Okay,
you.
Dom. Here's another one. Your father has 3 kids: Snap, Crackle, and who's the third kid?
Well, it's not going to be Pop, is it? It's just not.
What do you
That's
think?
the
What do you
obvious
think?
one.
Well, give me an answer, and
So
I'll
what-
tell you if it is or isn't.
Wait, so what was it again? It was me had 3 kids.
Has 3 kids:
I
Snap,
do.
Crackle, and
I can name it whatever I want.
your dad has 3
Oh,
kids:
my dad.
Snap, Crackle, and
Oh, and me.
Okay.
I thought you said I could
I
have
thought
3
you'd get that one.
kids. This is quite an educational trip, I think.
I think we've learnt a lot.
I'm not at all heavy, but even the strongest man in the world can't hold me for long.
Is it like your conscience or something?
No.
You're thinking on kind of the right tracks.
Wait, it's not heavy, but what? Strongest man can't hold him.
I'm not even slightly heavy. Not even a little bit. But the strongest man in the world can't hold me very long.
Is it like his legs?
Who's got legs that aren't heavy?
Yeah, you said they're not heavy, are they? They're not heavy to me. Like, it's not heavy to lift up your leg and walk forward. And they can't
It's
hold
not-
him forever
it's-
because he's going to die.
It's
I said it can't hold him for long.
Well, yeah, we can't stand up for very long,
what
can
what
we?
we're saying, Dom, is this thing isn't heavy, but even the strongest person on the planet couldn't hold it for that long.
I'm going to need a clue.
I literally just don't even know where to
The
start.
clue is it's not their legs.
So what's he holding that's heavy?
It's not heavy.
Oh, it's not
Remember,
heavy.
your first answer was conscience.
I'm not sure. I actually have no idea.
What was my superpower that I wanted earlier?
Invisibility.
Eh?
Time travel.
I wanted to go underwater.
Oh, so he can't hold his breath.
There you go.
That's dead one again.
Those
Okay,
are related back to
I've got
superpowers.
another one. This one's not fully developed.
Dom feeding his kids in space. Oh, really? You surprised me.
This man, he's cold all the time. Why is he cold?
It's gonna be like he hasn't got a coat, isn't it? It's gonna be something like that.
Like, it can have a coat, but he's just always cold.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he's dead. Damn it. God damn it.
Dead. Then he's not dumb.
It's just not.
It
I
is
mean,
a
to
riddle.
be fair, I mean, it makes sense. He would be cold,
Yeah.
but at the same time, we gave so many other reasons. He lives in the Arctic and he's got no clothes.
That crossed my mind.
There you go.
That was too obvious.
He's cold all the time.
That was too obvious. Yeah, but he could also be dead. Like, it's fine. He could be in
Tom,
the Arctic, but as long as he's dead, then the riddle's right.
Teach a man how to light a fire and he's warm for a day.
Yeah.
Set a man on fire and he's warm for the rest of his life.
Right. Well, I think we need to end this here because this is getting too deep.
That wasn't even deep.
Right. How do we finish this? Do
Call
we-
it one, I guess.
If we think of a name, I can make an Instagram to say here, but at the moment, we can't say.
We can think of a name.
So,
You can thank him for listening, Dom.
cheers for that. We're make sure to listen to more because this one
They're gonna
probably
get
is
better.
not how it will
Right,
be.
episode 4.
Depends how
episode
good
4
Dom is at editing, to be fair.
I'm gonna have to cut it all down. We'll think of a name. If this podcast has got a name
Oh,
now,
mate.
then
I've
it's
got a good topic for the next one we do.
We'll do it next Sunday. Freddie,
Alright, mate.
you're meant to be controlling this. Come on.
Come on.
Say goodbye.
Earn your money.
It's see you next time.
Yeah.